Arsenic and Adobo, a debut novel by Manansala, which happens to be a cozy murder mystery. So in this video, let me tell you a brief spoiler-free summary of this book, what I liked about this book, what I didn't like about this book, and whether you should add Arsenic and Adobo to your bookshelf. So the protagonist of this story is this girl called Lila Macapagal, who has returned from Chicago to a small town village of 20,000 people called Shady Palms to help her Tita Rosie and Lola Floor, that is auntie and grandmother, to run their family best restaurant, a bit outdated restaurant but much loved for his food kind of a restaurant. So on one fine day, Derek the reviewer, who happens to be Lila's ex-boyfriend, visits their restaurant and dies on the spot while consuming food from Tita Rosie's kitchen. So as the investigation deepens, all signs starts pointing towards Lila as the murderer. While Lila and her best friend Adina starts to self-investigate the case, Lila discovers a lot of problems such as their dire financial situation, broken relationships, and most importantly, what future holds for her. So the author takes us on a morning jog with Lila and her dog Longanisa, eating lots of delicious food at different restaurants and drinking coconut milk latte while unraveling this murder mystery. So now let's look at what I liked about this book. The first and most important being the book cover. I mean, just look at this book cover. I think if I have to just define it in two words, then I'll say it: attention seeker. I was just scrolling through Amazon page seeing what new books are coming this week, and this book cover just held my attention. I had to see what this book is about, and then I eventually downloaded and read it in a couple of days. So I think full points to the book cover. Leela is there, her dog is there, and she's cooking food. I think that explains pretty much everything about this book. So yeah, book cover, full points to it. Let's go to number two, and number two, what I liked most about this book is the characters. I think this book is richly filled with diverse characters. You will find all kinds of characters here, and not one character will be similar to the other character. And kudos to author for coming up with so many freshly written characters. The most important being they all felt human, they all felt real. The third thing I liked about this book are actually two things: the Filipino food and Filipino culture. I think author has beautifully described food in this book. I think you can sense that author loves consuming food. Every single minute detail is given for any kind of food or dishes, and even if you have had your meal, you will feel like ordering some Filipino dish after reading this book. I really enjoyed knowing more about the Filipino culture as well. The author has given brief glossary and pronunciation guide at the beginning of the book, and towards the end of the book the author has given a recipe guide to some of the Filipino dishes mentioned in the book, which I found was pretty sweet. Now let's look at what I didn't like about this book, and there was only one thing, and if I have to summarize it in few words, and I'll say there was lack of danger. What I mean by that is there are quite significant moments where everyone in the town should believe that Leela is the actual killer for Derek, and every time when Leela tries to have a conversation with all these people, those are staying in the town, everyone feels that she has not killed them. Not a single person believes that, oh, Leela might be the killer. And the author tries to build up this tension, tries to up the stakes and let the reader be inside the mind of Leela, and we can understand that Leela is feeling that danger, feeling that worry that she might be convicted for this murder. But when she tries to have a conversation with any of the person that is from her village or her town, and every single one is like, oh, I know you haven't killed that person. Oh, I'm pretty cool with you because I know that you have not killed a person. And that just kills that danger, I feel. I understand this book is kind of like a chill, cozy, not to be taken too seriously kind of a book. So I understand that the author doesn't want to make it too dark. I wish at least some people from the town would have just believed that, oh, Lila is the killer, or they probably would have treated her in different way than they would have treated her before. That would have probably increased the danger that Leela certainly felt for her life, but we as reader, or maybe I as a reader, didn't feel while reading it. Conclusion, and if I have to rate this book, I will rate this 4 out of 5 stars, with the additional star given for that glorious book cover. So now let's come to the final question, whether you would want to add this book to your bookshelf. And I think if you are in chill mood, if you are looking for something light to read, something binge worthy, something that you can finish in just a couple of days, something that with a decent amount of humor and murder mystery, then I think you should add this book to your bookshelf. I think in the end it's the characters and the food that makes it a sumptuous read, and I would love to come back to this world once again. So that was the video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, don't forget to press the like button. Leave a comment whether you would want to add this book to your shelf or whether you have already added it to your bookshelf. And subscribe to the channel, share this video with your fellow book lovers, and I'll see you after your next read.